Industrum presents a steampunk story escape game, brand new. So have a quick look around the first room. So the story behind this game is about professor who disappeared from the world, and the whole world is looking for him because he lied to many investors and took a lot of money for his crazy inventions. And the purpose of the players is to find his greatest invention. So we begin with the first room. Here's a skull. Players need to open it to find out that inside there is a button. When they press the button, they hear this pig noise, pig voice. They need to look around the room, and they will find this window. Inside this window they will see an image of the picture of the pig, walking pig. This is a clue for this puzzle. This is a water game. So the idea here is that you have these 3 meters with the letters, and you have to put the word pig together here. So like P-I-G, by rotating these dials. So when we put the word pig, the water starts draining, and players see these numbers. They will use these numbers for this game, this huge wall panel with valves. So they received 4 numbers, but they have 5 valves. So when they look closer, they will see that the 5th part is crossed out, so they don't need it. Even if they rotate it, nothing will happen. Oh, actually happen, but it's not a game valve. So they need to put these numbers 3.5, 7.5, 2.5, and 5.5 here on each of these meters, pressure meters. Скажи, когда последний будет. So when we finish this puzzle, it will activate the fan. So if you look closer to the fan, you will see that there is something on the blades. So when we adjust the speed of the fan with this dial, we can make it spin slower and see the numbers. So okay, it's almost done. So we see that 3, 6, 9, 4. I think you can see that. So these numbers we will need for this code panel, but here's the catch. It's not like you would imagine it. So this one is not. This is not 1. This is not 2. This is not 3. They are all mixed up. And how do we figure out which number, which button is which number? So if the players look closer to the table, if they examine the table, they will find this peephole. And if they look inside this peephole, they will see that when they press the buttons, some numbers are displayed here inside. So they should press the buttons and figure out which button is what number. So remember that we have to input the numbers 3, 6, 9, 4 from the fan to open this box, this drawer. Inside the drawer we'll find this metal ball for the Goldberg machine. Inside the drawer we'll find this ball for the Goldberg machine. We need to put it inside. when the ball passes the machine and drops at the bottom, this skull light up, yes, and the skull gives us the ball from here. So take a look at this. So we will need this ball for this puzzle. So we put it here, but we cannot do anything with this yet because we need to solve one more puzzle and this one. So we have these levers. When you put them at certain positions, they turn on the bulbs. Players need to set the levers at the positions the way that all the bulbs will turn on. To open the compartment and activate the maze. So now you see that the backlight is on and we can do something with this. So we receive this key. We receive this key from the compartment inside this puzzle here. So we can use it to lead the ball out of the maze. We can also use another thing. It's this skull as a handle from this pole. But it's more easier to do this with the special piece from the puzzle. But if we have both of the things, we can rotate the gears and lead the ball at once. So this is kind of useful too and more convenient. Can you show that this one also has a magnet on it? So you can either use the handle like that, so like lead the ball and rotate the gears. So it also has a magnet. Yes, but now we almost reached the end of the maze, so we just lead it to the red dot to open this drawer. Players find these glasses. These are 3D glasses to see the time, the message on this clock. Actually, on the camera you can see it like that, but the players will not be able to see it with their own eyes. So through the glass they can see it clearly. 11:30:45. So check out this cool glass in a steampunk style. There are also more glasses like this and one more like that. So now we will use this time from the clock to open the time machine. That is basically the second room for this puzzle, but before that we need to finish one more puzzle in this room, and that is this one. So when we solve this cogwheel maze, this one activates, this door opens. So previously it was closed. This is a two-players game, so one of them is standing here and look inside this drawer to see the color, and he tells the other player there what color he sees. So when this player sees the same color on the circle, he says now, and the player here should press this button to stop the color on the circle. Let me show it to you. So what's the first one?
Green.
Now.
Yellow.
Now.
Red.
Now. Oh. Was too late. Now.
White.
Now.
Dark blue.
Now.
Pink. Not white.
I know. Now. So, when we solve this puzzle, this door here activates and the players receive this mysterious key device. They will need it for the time machine. So now we proceed to the time machine. We will show it in the other room. This is the time machine, the second room basically, but actually it will be in the corner of the main room. So I will show you just a quick overview of it. So just like that. In order to open the entrance to the time machine, players will need to solve the clock puzzle. The clock will be here, well, on the wall somewhere, but currently it's inside. We'll show it to you when we enter. So we will finish it manually right now to open the door.
Story.
So now we enter the time machine. So here's the clock. So the clock is not finished yet, but the idea is that the players receive the time from the clock on the table in the steampunk room, and they need to set the same time here. So there will be like kind of gears here, and 11, 30, 45. So when they set the time, the door opens. So the first puzzle that they have here is this puzzle on the floor. By the way, the door is not closed when they enter it, so it will close later. Also, you can see the emergency exit button. Yes, the first puzzle is this one on the floor, so they need to stand all together on it to activate this one. So this code is a pump up the generator game. So players found this device previously in the when they solved the final puzzle. We will use it for the to crank up the generator. So here we have these three tubes. That's to confuse the players. Actually, we need the first one, the middle one, and here the last one. Also, we have this voltage meter on the bottom. It shows us the current level of voltage, so we need to make it full. So let's start with the first set of tubes. So we need to stop the light when it becomes green. So here you see, it's kind of hard to see on the camera, but you see this green patch of light. So we need to stop. Also see that the pressure meter is changing its volume. When we solve the generator,
brilliant! You've recharged the battery. Finally, you're on the right path. Hurry!
this one, this puzzle activates. It's called Nixie Math. So here we have the buttons, and here we have a clue what each button do. Like multiply by 5, multiply by 3, plus 350, 500. We need to make the bottom row of numbers same as the top one by doing the math. This puzzle will activate this color. It's not color. this kind of a game. Okay, now this game is pretty tricky. It's for minimum 2 players. So here you can see this palm sign, and also it says activate and enter. So that means that this button has 2 functions. First, activate the game. But to make this button work, the other player needs to touch this palm print on the other side. So see, it's light up yellow when it's active. So I will press it now. Oh wait, I will also tell you. So when I activate the game, this yellow dot will start run around the circle. We need to make it stop at the certain position. So let me show it to you. Oh yeah, also we have this diary of the professor. So this diary players find in the first room outside the time machine, and here they have a clue. So we need to set this game to, first we have to reach 12 points, then 24 points, then 36 points. Here it says that points to reach before activating next level. So when we reach the 12 points on this indicator, we need to press this button to confirm that we reached the level, or enter. So let's activate the game, and you will see. So see, one button is for the counterclockwise, and the other button is for the clockwise direction. Well, counterclockwise and clockwise. So you need to stop this. You need to press the button when this light reaches this yellow color. When they reach 12 points, you need to hold this metal plate again to reach the next level. Also, you see that this indicator became green, so 1/3 of the game is finished. So they need to reach other 2 levels to make it all green. So to proceed with the second level, we also need to touch it and press this button, yellow button. So again, when the light goes counterclockwise, we need to press this button to stop it. When it goes clockwise, we need to press this button to stop it. And we need to stop it when it reaches the yellow light. I think we can skip the last 2 levels because it's pretty clear now. Well, we almost finished the second one, so we'll finish it. And again, don't forget to touch this thing. And yes, so we can skip the last level. When we skip the last level, when we solve this game, it will activate as this machine. This is the last puzzle. You need to enter the coordinates you need to start up the time machine. So you find the necessary values for the pressure in the diary of the professor. So pressure is 6.7 and the voltage is 8.5. So, and also we have the fluctuation value, it's here. And fluctuation needs to be 3/4. So we need to set this dial with fluctuation at the position 3.
Yes, you're starting to realize my genius. You're going to find me in a different century.
So the professor tells the players that they need to close the door to go back in time, or Now you see this cool light effect. So when players, when the machine stops, the door opens.
Geniuses. It is I, Professor Hoffman, and it's great to see you.
Players can go outside the time machine to meet the professor. Now the players go out of the time machine and they can meet the professor. So the professor greets the players and the mission is accomplished. They found his time machine and they meet him in person. So this was a steampunk story escape room. Hope you liked it.